Welcome everybody to the end presentation for the Global Game Jam Berlin 2025. It is very lovely to see all of you here, the jammers who just jammed for a bunch of time, as well as some guests that we also have here. Nobody has fallen asleep yet, so that's a good sign. We're going to try to keep that up during the whole presentation, but we'll see. It's a bit. No, my presenter doesn't work. Yes. So the Global Game Jam, for those who still don't know, it is a jam which is done with one theme all over the world at the same time. We have just jammed for 48 hours, maybe an hour less because we took a bit long for the starting presentation. So for 47 hours we jammed here in this amazing venue. And with us there were over 10,000 games have been created all over the world in 795 venues. So there has been very many different venues. Yeah. But first of all, we want to look at the theme that we had for this year. So for the guests, this might be a very new information. For the jammers, this might be the moment of shock where they realize, oh shit, we completely missed the theme. But that's fine because the theme is only there to give you some inspiration for what you want to do and to give you kind of started. For those who are wondering, there's like some nice artwork on the walls here. That's from our brainstorming sessions in the beginning. That was basically the first ideas that were created. And maybe later during the showcase, you can just basically browse through them and see, oh, maybe one of these ideas was made actually, and you can recognize it in the showcase again. Or you can see where all of these ideas came from. So what was the theme that we had here? Does this work? Yeah.
As the daylight is dawning, they come again in the morning. And as the daylight is dawning, they come
there's more tension like this.
in the morning. I'm forever blowing bubbles.
Yes, that is right. Bubble was the theme for this year's Global Game Jam. Stop this. This is the whole presentation now, all over again. Can you just click it and or like this? Yes. So Bubble was the theme for this year, and so you're going to see lots of games with soap bubbles, with diving bubbles, with social bubbles, with bubble tea, with frogs. It will all be explained later. So here in this venue, we have created 13 amazing new games that have not existed 49 hours ago. So we did lots of cool creative work here. There were bubbles, burps, and diving. Also, this will be explained later. There was a delicious food, so thank you to our amazing cook, Luca, over there. There was a lot of sleep deprivation. I can... Hooray for sleep deprivation. And also, of course, about 80 liters of consumed mate. So, to combat said sleep deprivation. Also some coffee and tea, you know, but all the caffeine. I don't even want to count how much caffeine there was. In the 13 games that were created, a lot of cool and creative diversifiers were also used. Diversifiers is stuff that kind of makes the game more interesting or more challenging. Some of the ones that were used, Sharing is Caring, Old School, Crafty, This Belongs in a Museum, Unite Generation, Poetic, also Year 2K, also some others that are not updated in the presentation yet. But there are some cool diversifiers here. Stuff has been built. Over there we see some teasers for that. Stuff has been made in a year 2000 aesthetic. So interesting decisions were made, I think. So how did all of this look like? We had a very, very cozy time here. We all sat together. We all created games together. There was so much creativity shown by everybody who was here. So we as the whole team are very grateful for all of you to be here, for all of you to spend your time, your weekend that you need to work for usually, with us to create these games. So for us, it was also a humbling experience to be part of this again and to see you all in action. And all of us are looking forward to the presentations now, to see the games actually in their finished state and also to play them later in the showcase. So thanks to all of you jammers, of course. But a jam like this is not possible without some amazing sponsors that we also have. One of the sponsors, you might have guessed it already, is the SAE Institute, where we are at currently. They sponsored this amazing venue as well as the drinks that we had over the course of the whole event. One of our sponsors was Kickstarter. No, one of our sponsors was also Kickstarter, who sponsored the pizza for today. And the School for Games also helped us out with some help in the catering and for the breakfast and things like that. And of course, a huge thank you to our supporters who paid a bit more for their tickets to allow for subsidized tickets, for our amazing volunteers that helped us with cleaning up, with doing lots of manual labor that we are too old to do for right now. And of course, to the rest of the team, which is all around currently doing things still. And now for a few words from our pizza sponsor, Kickstarter.
Pizza and beer, that's the games industry. Hi, my name is Michael. I feel very bad actually to be here, but Kevin asked me, can you, or do you want to talk? I was expecting to just come here and see what amazing games you made. But if I get asked for a stage opportunity, I say yes. So here's my email address. That's basically the main message I wanted to share here. We as Kickstarter are here present also in Berlin. I have an office in Kreuzberg. I live in Potsdam, so a bigger journey. And we have a team in Spain and Greece. So we are Team Europe. We're responsible for the games industry, including tabletop games, card games, VR games, video games. And also, just to say it, video games is stable. So despite public, how do you say, Wahrnehmung, perception, thank you. It is still working, and actually we have a 20% increase from 2023 to end of last year in terms of successfully funded video games. So if you want to take your creation here with your team to us, please reach out to us and let's make this happen. Thanks a lot and enjoy the pizza, but first and foremost, enjoy the results of the sweat of your labor.
The sweat was already enjoyed each time a new room was entered. Now, we want to do a small picture of everybody because we have everybody in one place. So we just want to do a small little selfie that we can have for us. If you don't want your face in there, then look away. And also you have your, your stickers. Can we do the light at the back? Can you just do that? I have a loud voice, but not that loud. Okay, and now we are coming to the presentations. So each team will have 5 minutes at maximum to present their games. We're going to put up all the teams that are, or the team that's presenting next, as well as the ones after them. So every time it says next up, the name of your game or your team, then please come up and prepare. You should have all been briefed about this, and everybody knows what they're doing. That's really cool. So to uphold these 5 minutes, you know this from the intro presentation, we need somebody who is our sacred timekeeper. Who wants to do that? Everybody's very tired. Micha is doing that. Perfect. So Micha will keep the 5 minutes. After 4 minutes are up, Micha will make a noise, and that noise is? Stop! That's very dramatic. For 4 minutes are up. Maybe that's the 5 minutes are up sound. Achtung. Okay, so Achtung is 1 minute left, and then stop crying is like the 5 minutes. Perfect. We're never going to hear that because all of you are going to keep your time. So with that, without further ado, we're coming to the first team, which is Abyss.ly. Abyss.ly. It's and after those is going to be Bubbleverse. So Bubbleverse, the person who's presenting, please come up here. And Abyss.ly. How's your name pronounced? Like, what's a...
You decide. It was supposed to be a joke about all the new horrible services that have a .ly, but it ended up just being Abyss.ly, which I'm not sure how much it says.
Cool. You got the microphone now.
Sweet. This was the mark, right? Right. Well, I guess I'll just start. Or should I? Yeah? Okay. Hello, everybody, and also hello, folks on the internet. We made a game about being in a horrifying diving situation. We want to make something spooky, so we're going to put you in a nice Jules Vernean diving hat in VR with some wonderful little portholes in the sides that you can look through. We're going to put you in the deep, dark water, give you a spear gun, and wish you good luck. Team-wise, me, I'm Alex, Lucas, Jonas, and then we had Kim on audio, and then also we had some help overseas, all the way from Australia. Fabian on Discord helped us out. We all did a combination of models and art and design and stuff. And we have a fun anglerfish that stalks you as you descend into the water. You can fire a harpoon gun at. Don't die, Lucas. The audio is Lucas breathing into a metal garbage bin with a contact mic attached to it. It's my favorite part of game jams, is just doing janky shit. We were very successful in making the game dark. You know, sometimes you have a very strong sense of creative direction, and we'd like to realize that in our game jams. Pretty soon, I think we're coming up on the fun little horrific discovery that lies at the bottom of the ocean. You just saw him. You just saw him. He's right there. Oh, what's coming? Oh. What's that? Reel it in, Lucas. Oh no. If you want to experience the darkness for yourself, come play the game in VR later. Achtung, Achtung. Did you break the game before we went on presentation? All right, I think we can call it there, guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So the next team is Bubbleverse, and after that, it is going to be Click, Matt, click. Last Breath is going to be afterwards. So Last Breath, please come up here. And Bubbleverse is getting ready right now. You're presenting?
Yes. Okay. Hey, it's working. Okay. Hey, folks. So we are Babbleverse. We were 6 people in total who were working on this. And the idea was to have like a meditative and narrative experience so that you're in this space that is very calm. And there are bubbles. And each bubble contains a story about, or a poem about non-binary people. And you can read this on a screen. And also you can hear it because people will read it to you. And this helps you experience life experiences of different people, and yeah, just that you can foster understanding with it. And yeah, right now you can see Matt grabbing a bubble, and I think you cannot hear it, but somebody is talking. And so yeah, if you come to us and play it, you will like get more of this experience, because this is really, now you can only see stuff. Yeah, and of course you can have fun with the bubbles, and we have some fun with shaders. We never did that before in our life, so that was fun. And we use Godot, and Godot is really cool for VR, surprisingly. I didn't know that before. I think none of us did. Sorry? Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's it. Come and yeah, join us for this experience.
Thank you very much. That looks very lovely. Yeah, you can play all the games later in the showcase, so that's where you can experience the full breadth of this random music. So the next game is going to be Last Breath, or Last Breaths, I think I just saw in the main menu. And then afterwards, it's going to be... Nine? Afterwards, it's going to be Puffers. Puffers? Puffers, I think. So Puffers, please get ready. And Last Breaths, is it Breaths? Yes, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. It's in the menu, there was an S there. Who's presenting?
All right. The mouse is attached. Careful. Is that really our menu music? I guess I didn't stay on the main menu long enough. So yeah. So wait, could we get the? Oh yeah. So we also made a very dark game. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So this also takes place at the bottom of the ocean. You are a diver trapped. Well, yeah, at the bottom of the ocean. There's a crashed submarine that you probably can't see. And your objective is to gather enough oxygen to power the submarine, because that makes sense. Yeah. And all the while, you have to watch out for oxygen-eating creatures of the deep. Yeah. Let's see if we can encounter one. Okay. Yeah, you really can't see anything. I swear the lighting looks better on the laptop for sure. Yeah. I'm so glad I added particles to that thing, or else you wouldn't be able to tell at all. But yeah, our goal at the gym was to create a horror game, and that's sort of where we started with our inspiration. And I mean, anything else you want to add?
We made a lot of changes along the way. For example, the theme of oxygen, but the oxygen being a resource was not even in the beginning there. Like, it was always considered, but there was a point where we thought about a more scientific approach. So you would harvest some kind of minerals, crystals, but that was scrapped like 16 hours later. There's all these things, but it went through a couple of iterations. So that was interesting to see during the jam. Yeah, pretty much. Maybe get close to the creatures.
The art is also really great. It's a shame we can't see it, but you'll be able to see it later.
I think this is me. There we go.
Ah, too bad.
Hey, that's the game over.
All right, there we go. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The theme of the game was dark. No, it's just more important than you play it in a showcase, because then you can actually enjoy this beautiful art. So the next game is that's presenting is Puffis. They will tell us how it's Puffis it is. Afterwards, gonna be Bob Blizzard. So Bob Blizzard is getting ready, and you present. Yes, you do.
Well, yeah, as he said, it's Puffis. It's some puffer fish in the office. So that's why Puffis. And yeah, the story behind it is quite long, because we have been tripping the first night together here. And Puffis is about a company that they have a rule. Apparently, there are so many pufferfish in the company, in that office, but they have a new rule that one of them have to get hired. Only one pufferfish here. So they have to come and play together to have like some challenges, to have one of them in the company. So the menu is very simple. Level selector. Let's play a new game. Yeah, of course. Yeah, as every gamer does. So the very first game is a game that they have to fulfill a soft drink, because soft drink does have a foam and we don't like foam. So we want to have a complete soft drink. But it's the UI is a bit missed because we didn't have a build. Let's play karaoke. Let's try karaoke. No? Oh, it's another game. It's a no. This one, we are really proud of it. Because the music is ours, it's original, it's unique. Actually, it's quite fun to play with your friends. It's long, it's like 4 minutes. It's 4 minutes. Do you want to listen to that? Yeah, I think that's it. It's a combination of minigame basically, which they are fast-paced. It's the only thing they all have. They're fast-paced. Fast-paced PvP game. That's it. Yeah. It's for now it's local, but maybe later online. Who knows? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very, very catchy music there. Next game is going to be Blizzard, and afterwards it's going to be the Ego platformer. Ego platformer is going to be afterwards. So please come here and get ready. And Blizzard is going now.
Thank you. Yeah, so we made Blizzard. In that game, you're a lizard trapped into a bubble. And we have a main menu, and yes, you can pop the bubbles. This was very important. And if there's a lizard in the bubble, the lizard will fall out. Amazing. We can now begin the game. So the game is a physics puzzle platformer, and you have that lizard, and you can aim in any direction, and you want to reach the other lizard so they can be happy. And there are spikes, and you can see in the top left. Spikes are bad. They burst your bubble. And if you can see in the top, if you run out of bubbles, your bubble will pop and you can't move anymore. And that's it. You have a limited amount of bubble uses, and you want to reach the end of the level. And there are 25 levels. This is going to take a while. The game was done by Stina and me. She did all of the art. I did the rest. And in this game jam, we had one goal, sleep. And so we did. And, no crunch, all just relaxing. And then we had a lovely little time. We had to practice for that one. And now you can see, oh, no more pops left. So if you're all enjoying this, I have nothing more to say. But we do have a couple of minutes left, so... Yeah, you can also just play this, but I think it works as a crowd game. I mean, you're all enjoying it, I think. Look, you could see the goal there. That was just evil of me. And that's Bob Blizzard. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So next up is Ego Platformer, and afterwards it's Hamster Fighter 7. We're not going to see Hamster Fighter 1 through 6. I believe they were cancelled.
Howdy, 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 howdy. I'm definitely excited to see Hamster Fighter 7. I was a big fan of the first 6. Alright, yeah, so our game's called Ego Platformer. Working title. We'd probably call it something else if we actually thought harder. This is our team, me, Rob, Leon, and Olaf. Just the 3 of us. I feel like we did a pretty decent job considering it was just the 3 of us. But yeah, our idea was information bubbles. And kind of how people's perspective and their own information bubbles really change the way they see the world and interpret different things in the world, different information, or the same information could be interpreted very differently depending on the person. And we wanted to represent that where we made a 2-player game where you can play as Bob or Alice. And you're essentially playing the same game with almost identical levels, but there's slightly different information and things you learn throughout the levels that allow you to progress through the game. So the main difficulty is essentially just extreme UX issues that you overcome by talking to each other and collaborating and communicating as you go through the levels to basically figure out what's different, what you need to progress through, and who knows what, and how that can help the other person. And we deliberately kind of expose information to one player that will be useful to the other, and then, not show them what they necessarily need to themselves. We would like to show you the whole thing, but we're probably just going to show you the tutorial or like the first level, because if we did show you more, it would basically just spoil the whole game, and then there'd be no reason to play it, because it's kind of like a puzzle, I guess. So yeah, we're not going to show you a huge amount, because we want you to come and play our game at the showcase later. So, and yeah, obviously you'll need a partner to play it. So basically the way it works is there's 2 machines, you're both playing the same game, but it's not actually connected. So you're playing the same game, but having a different experience, and you just have to like talk to each other. So it's kind of like asynchronous, asymmetric multiplayer, but you're not actually connected. Yeah.
So in this case, for example, here I'm Bob, and I can't even progress. Yeah, I can't even progress further than basically the first intro screen without waiting for the instruction from Alice.
Yep. And I know that Bob now needs to press C to proceed, although I have no idea what I need to do now. So I need Alice to tell me.
Yeah. And now Alice can press G to continue to her version of the tutorial.
Yay, I'm in.
And then we have just these cute little characters that, for example, can jump. So like very basic platforming maneuvers. And basically, you're going to get your first challenge here as Bob, which I think we don't want to spoil for this showcase, but you'll have to figure out how to get out of this pit if you're Bob.
Yeah, so once you get out of this pit, you'll be able to go on to the next level and actually start playing like the real levels in the game. This is just a tutorial. But yeah, I'd like you guys to try and find out how to get across this pit, so come play our game in the showcase later.
Thank you very much. The next game is going to be Hamster Fighter 7, and after that, it is going to be what was I forgot it? Burble. Burble. They will tell us how it's pronounced.
Who's doing that? Yeah, so welcome to Hamster Fighter 7. You might think like, why is it called Hamster Fighter 7, not 1? Well, anyways, this game is about hamsters inside bubbles. You can customize yourself in the main menu. You can even kind of demolish the main menu if you want to show that, or maybe not. So your main goal is just to push the other player out of the pool. As a, I guess, disclaimer, this game was made by 11 people. It's kind of hard to count them all, but I'll try. So we've got Devran and Emma sitting over here. We've got Richard as a mentor and also main programmer. We've got Pascal as the other programmer. We've got Pete as animation and rigging. We've got Kiriel as the producer and also game designer. We've got Estelle and Tim also doing 3D art. I did a little bit of programming and tech art. I hope I didn't forget anyone. If so, please just stand up. Or oh yeah, sorry. We have got the other Tim doing sound. So I would quickly want to say thank you to the team because this was an awesome experience. I'm pretty proud of us, like what we did. It's pretty fun to play, I would say. And yeah, also pretty janky. And I think I'll let those two play for a bit before I continue. Okay, they kind of forgot to unmute. So we don't have any sound, by the way. There's actually sound in this game. Yeah, so you can see those spike balls. Those are basically also some obstacles. If you get against them, you just perish. Other than that, the rubber ducks and crocodiles are mainly for decoration. Congrats to Emma for winning. Yeah, as a little fun fact, you can't exit the game alone. So try not to keep each other hostage. And otherwise, I think just have fun.
Thank you very much. Yeah, a game jam team of 11 people was very impressive. I was like, holy crap. So the next team is going to be Burble, and after that, it is going to be Gumbelievable Heroes.
So, yeah. Content warning so if anyone doesn't like the sound of burps, this is the wrong place now. Close your ears and hide because you will not hear a lot of burps. Essentially, what? Oh, okay. Full screen. Full screen. Yeah, intro. So basically, we have a king that wants to be entertained. What other are kings for? And you're a barkeeper and you have a lot of fish in front of you that you need to pour drinks and make them burp. And the only goal of this game is just making the melody that is displayed on top. And yes, so you have to figure out, it's a puzzle game, essentially. And you have to figure out what drink and what fish does what sound. And then you have 10 levels and you figure it out by like level 3, but that's great. Yes, and maybe introducing the team, like I'm Martin, and I did game design and programming for this. More supportive, but yes. Actually, Benjamin had the idea for this game. We just took it because it was a good idea. And we had Marcus with audio, because it's a music game. Do you hear music? Oh. It's very quiet. Okay, it's getting louder. Yeah, you have to win, Marcus. You have to win. Yeah, beautiful sounds, beautiful sounds. Okay, you can't be wrong. Good, you shown them, Marcus. Yes, we had Nefle on art, and we had Dominic, and supporting everything, and Maxi, one of the remote guys, helping us out with programming. Without Maxi, this wouldn't be happening. And yeah, maybe. That was Discord. Okay, hey Maxi. Hey, you complete a level, and that's is happening like 10 times with different melodies you can achieve. Anything else? No, I don't think so. Marcus is in the zone. It's if you have a sound designer playing a music game, it's like the drinks are gone. Oh, yeah. The game ends on level 1.5. Woo! Let's go.
Thank you very much. Gumbelievable Heroes, where are you? Because you should be here already. Are they here still? Gumbelievable Heroes? Yes? You should have been here already. Yes. Yes. Wait, I'm going to interview the sound designer because they need to get ready. Well, come here. I have questions.
Questions?
Yes.
What's happening?
Are all burps from you?
No, they're from the participants. So
Ooh.
We recorded for this burps from people that have been in the game jam. So that was pretty fun.
From how many different participants?
3.
3.
Yeah. But also we recorded a few other things. So it was, yeah.
Did you end up getting female burps?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, the strangest jam request was ask. We need some female burps for our game. So.
Totally normal for us.
You ready?
Yes.
Perfect. It's going to be Gumbelievable Heroes now, and after that, it is going to be Matt. What is after? Afterwards, going to be We Live in a Society, because we do.
Yes. Hi. We are the team us 3. We are Tucana Interactive, and our game is Gumbelievable Heroes. It's a deck building game where you create a crew of gumball heroes, and it's by request by the gumball chewing gourmet, and so you try to make him happy, and then you can choose a new card for your deck, and yeah, so you try to win. So yeah, it's a deck building game, cute and compact. Yeah, and so there are some multiplier cards. For example, the 2x card multiplies every gumball that comes after you played it. Then we have some double cards or some mixed colored cards. So yeah, there's some combination, and yeah, genau.
Yeah, what might be a little bit weird is the symbol. The pink one just means any flavor of any kind. That's why Luca just beat the level, even though he only had 3 of them. Generally, Luca did all the 2D art in the game. C did the animations and 3D, like the characters up there. I did the programming. Yeah, and as you can see, it's supposed to be a mobile game. We didn't really do mobile games before in Game Jam, so we thought, why not? Let's try it out. Yeah, and actually, it looks really nice on mobile, so that was cool. Yeah, yeah, it's really random balancing, but it works. Yeah, anything else? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
One question. Yes. Can we open some windows?
Yes, we can. I think the one at the back there should open. No?
I think the one in the middle can be open but cannot be cracked.
Okay.
So it's just full open or...
This one here?
Yes, that one
Okay.
there.
Then can you please just open this a little bit? And yes, that's looking amazing.
Thank you.
So the next game is We Live in a Society, and afterwards it is Pump and Get Dumped.
Yes, I think yes. Okay, cool. So we have this game here where you start as a little cat and you have these different bubbles that come down. So you're in. Oh, did something happen? Okay. Anyways, I can already start the explanation. So you are a character within a bubble, and you have other bubbles coming that have other characters in them that all belong to kind of a society. And we have kind of a chain of like the things that are similar to each other. Like, for example, you need to get with the grandma here because the grandma likes the cat. And then you follow this chain of all of these characters that kind of belong together until you have your entire society together. And that is kind of when you win. We have 3 programmers. We have Nessie, Kai, and me. And we have one artist, Barbara. We were doing this in Unreal, and it was for some of us a little bit new. And we made some things here, but it is not complete. And yeah, what else should I say? We do probably in the showcase version, we'll have a little UI that actually tells you what the next character is that you actually need to collide with in order to move forward. Kai is currently doing this from memory. Yeah, that's more or less it.
Yeah, grandma doesn't change.
Well, I guess in this version we can't progress. Oh. I think bicycle would have worked. Bicycle would have worked. Oh.
The bubble is getting bigger and bigger, and it's harder to avoid the end.
Yes.
So it already grew a little bit, but it's going to get bigger.
For the online people to repeat, the bubble grows as you progress, which allows you to, which makes it a little bit harder because it's harder to avoid the other bubbles. Oh yeah, and we also have some nice little artwork here on the underside.
Thank you very much. Sounds like we learned a lot, which is what we're here for, which is nice. So next game is Pump and Get Dumped from our local crypto fan club, I believe. And afterwards it's going to be JJJJJJJJJ.
All right, hi. We don't have a team name, but I want to clarify right up top. This game has nothing to do with masturbation or ejaculation. This is about crypto. That was our take on the bubble theme, the crypto bubble and financial bubbles more broadly. We had a bunch of ideas. We didn't manage to implement all of them, so we'll start with what we've got. Cole, why don't you go ahead and show us what the game currently is? So you play as Kevin Dermott, also known as the Derminator, who, Kevin is a 27-year-old entrepreneur, a true trailblazer. He's pushing the boundaries of crypto and community building towards a future past the moon. He doesn't have much time for socializing, being busy shilling all day, but he does have a couple of Discord friends left. And because all of his money is tied up in Sigmania, the meme coin that he invested in, he's sort of got 2 main objectives, which is pumping the value. Oh, well, Kevin's coin went to 0, unfortunately. So he's yeah, get good. So anyway, you have to pump the value of your coin by tweeting about it. Every time you successfully tweet about your coin, you build hype and the value of the coin. Yeah, if you don't type so good, you run into issues. Just type faster, bro. As you can see top right, you have a limited amount of time before you run out of... Yeah, there we go. See, once you get the hype train going, it gets easier. That's what we have in the game. That's the sort of the pumping bit. Another mechanic that we had was kind of a dialogue mechanic. Harry, do you want to pitch that? Yeah, true. Cole, can you Cole? Yeah. Okay, I'll tap to the...
Again.
Friends, yeah, there we go.
So he still has a few friends, and thankfully they are still listening to him. And upon clicking on one of your friends, a message will appear, and good old Jake, or at the Jaker, goddamn Jaker, has a wedding coming up. And Kevin has prepared the most diabolical message already in response to this. And you as a player have the choice if you would like to change some of these messages that he's about to hit send on, or leave it as it is. And yeah, it's basically offset against how well you're shilling your crypto versus how pissed off your friends are. And yeah, that's...
There's one third sort of piece of the puzzle that we didn't get to at all. But if you do well enough in your hypothetical conversations with your friends, you can get them to like you enough to buy your shitcoin, at which point you will be able to cash some of your wallet value out into real money, and that friend will never talk to you again. Yeah, I miss anything?
No, that's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, we were 4 people. Cole and Aaron did all the programming. Harriet did all our lovely, beautiful, very appealing art, including Kevin, the goddamn Jaker, the other friends. Oh, Christ. Whole UIs, that's all Harriet, and I did all the writing.
There's like 400 lines of writing, which none of you will see because...
This is true, unless you talk to me and I show you my OneNote. So, hit me up, I guess. Yeah, that's us. Any questions? Yeah, I don't think so.
Thank you very much. Next game is going to be JJJJJJ, etc. And afterwards, going to be The Mysterious Murder of Lord William Ashford. The title, for the longest title, goes to the next game.
Okay, so this game needs a little bit of context. Some of you might remember it if you were here 2 years ago. We did a small game, Doom-like, Doom clone, where every single asset was made in Paint due to budgeting reasons. This year, we decided to do the continuation, the sequel. You can start. But as you will see, we got some studio notes, publisher notes, which, you know, changed the game a little bit by bit, making it a bit more harmless as it goes on. So as this game goes on, it evolves a bit, it changes. Now we have fewer enemy. Later on, we're gonna say, yeah, it's a bit depressing, making more colorful, make it more acceptable for the younger audiences, and so on and so forth. If you're wondering what this has to do with bubbles, it turns out that the most child-friendly weapon you can have in an ego shooter is a bubble gun, and that's about it. As for the team, we had Michi and me. Michi did all the character animations. He's also the voice singing here right now. I did all the other art. Fabi, who's playing here, did... Fabi here did the level design in general, and also worked all the stuff I threw at him into Unreal with Leon, who's our programmer from remote. Also, a big thanks to Marcus, who did all the rest of the music besides the singing. Also the singing, right? In the other... It's a secret, sorry. There's some friendlier tracks, maybe. So. I think we can leave it here. You can come and play and see how else it goes. This game goes places.
So the lesson is murdering them with hearts is better than murdering them with guns. Got it. So next game is The Mysterious Murder of Lord William Ashford. And afterward it's going to be Frog You Baiter Kill as Will. So they're getting ready and you are ready.
Thank you. Okay, so I started this Global Game Jam severely sleep deprived, and then I slept. So I think I'm one of the very few people who is much more rested after the Game Jam than before the Game Jam. I think that's quite unique. Also, this is the first Game Jam I have been able to attend since my child was born 5 years ago. But my wife got sick, so I spent most of the weekend on my parenting duty. So this was a very, very quick solo project. It is a classical whodunit mystery set in British countryside of 1930s. Lord William Ashford has been murdered. There are 7 suspects: his beautiful wife, his spoiled daughter, the mysterious visiting colonel, the cocky local priest, the 2 interested in his job doctor, the underpaid maid, or the very stereotypical murdering butler. And it's up to you to find out who that is. You can don't accuse anybody yet. Luca, please. Just click on the bubble. You can basically ask them, and since the theme of the just click on whichever. Since the theme of this is bubbles, I interpret it as speech bubbles. So this is a speech bubbles game. So this is the butler, Mr. Worthington. I require a full account of Lord Ashford's movement yesterday. His lordship retired early, sir, complaining of a headache. And you can continue asking the characters until you basically figure out who that is. Colonel Fitzwilliam, I understand you were with Lord Ashford earlier in the evening. My dear Inspector, we were discussing the deplorable state of pheasants and nothing more. And what's actually the background of the game, or happening at the back of the game, is that kind of the background that I gave you is also sent to the Gemini 2.0 model, who's returning these phrases, and it makes longer and longer and longer prompt to the point where basically
the Gemini who knows who the murderer was will kind of start leading you towards, or the clues start converging to the point where you actually kind of start figuring out who probably is the murderer. Sometimes, I tested it a few times, sometimes it gets pretty easy because it goes like, Mr. Butler, I've seen you with a bloodied knife yesterday above the body. What do you say? And I'm like, it was the blood of the Lord. and the accusation is pretty easy. Does anybody ever want to accuse somebody at this point? Who's your pick as an audience? Sorry? Priest. Okay, let's do the priest. Please stop left. Please accuse. Please accuse somebody, and then click on the priest. He has done it. Congratulations. The murderer gets randomly generated every time, so you can test it yourself later. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So the next game is Frogubator Kill as well, and that's also the last game of this evening. So we are slowly approaching a point where we can eat pizza, or well, the pizza is coming a bit later, but we'll see. Who's presenting? Okay.
Thank you. Okay, the most important question is, are you had fun? Yes. Our game is about frogs, and they hadn't fun. They are very sad, lying on the street. Yes. And it's a very sad story about a geisha in Japan. And the story is that this geisha goes to an ice shop, yes, to buy ice for his beloved child. And then arrives the car, and it's very sad. It's very dramatic and bad. And the geisha, the mother, saved her beloved child, but now, but the car erfasst sie. Yes, and now we have to help her. And that's the game. We built Liz, our hardware expert, built a special controller for this game. You can see it or you can see it not. It's with a foot pump and a ventilator, and it's very complicated. Yes, there you can see it. And now let's start the game. Blow to start. More. Okay. This is the feature. When you play the game, you must play with your heart. This is the problem. You have to you must want to save the geisha. Okay. Yeah. You have to incubate the frogs, and you must pump. Yes, but not too. But not too hard and not too little, because yes, and there are a lot of different frogs, and some frogs are evil, and when you kill the evil frogs, you get more points, but when you not kill them, yes. Yes. Yeah. Every time you have to you have to choose between the points
Danke.
or the morale.
Schweinehund.
Yes. Our
Schweinehund.
Okay. Yes, the frog must not touch the cucumber because frogs hate cucumbers.
Danke.
Okay.
Schweinehund.
And that's it.
Thank you very much. I counted more alive IFD frogs than other frogs. Like I'm not sure what message we're sending here, but I don't like it. But when you play the game for yourself, you can kill all the IFD frogs. So this brings us to the end. Can you do the thing? Thank you to everybody who participated, to everybody who's here, to all the jammers, to all the people here. So we love you all. What happens next? Well, first of all, I want to show you some upcoming events in case you liked what happened here. There is, of course, other games industry events in the upcoming weeks and months. The first thing that I want to tell you about is the SAE Berlin Awards deadline, which is coming up in 5 days, that is. Today is the 26th, so in 5 days. You still have some time to enter your games there, maybe even the games that you made here, because some of them would probably fit very well to the Amaze Awards. Then there is going to be the next Game Creators Hangout, our weekly event where people from the games industry or people who are interested in making games meet up in a bar in Friedrichshain and basically talk, which is going to happen at the 6th of February. It's always the first Thursday each month. And of course, if you still want to jam even more, in March, the next mini game jam is happening, which is basically the same as here, just a bit shorter. The mini game jams are usually like 8 hours long, where you also work on a theme or work with people or work alone or however you want to do it. So there you can do some more jamming. Now we are at the end where I need to tell you a few things. So what happens now? First of all, we're going to need all of your help to set up this room, kind of, because we have lots of hands here and lots of chairs to move around. I will tell you how this room is supposed to look like, and I believe that the crowd will figure it out afterwards, so I believe in you. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to put together all of the chairs that we have here, put them on the side over here. So basically just make stacks of the chairs, put them on the side here, and then also set up the tables that are at the back. So at the back, there's a bunch of tables that we're going to use for the showcase. And we just want to have some tables at the walls, over there, over here. We're also going to be around and basically tell you where tables need to go. But those are the things that need to happen. If everybody just carries one chair, we're pretty much done already. So that's going to be very quick. The jammers should already go and prepare the computers that they want to use for the showcase. So you can already get ready for that, because on the tables in here, on the sides, we're going to have the showcases basically. So you plop your laptop up there, you set everything up so the game can be played. The digital jammers, the ones that are watching our Discord, hi. Sorry, I didn't say hi before. They can turn on their cameras and we will basically stream them here as well, so they can basically be part of this whole thing as well. They can show their faces or not. Of course, you're not forced to. Can you just listen to me one more minute, please, back there? Thank you very much. So then in around 10 to 15 minutes, we should be ready that you can start to check out the games in the showcase. And then we're going to have some pizza that should arrive at around 8. So that's going to be out there. We have some drinks, we have some beer, some wine, lots of non-alcoholic drinks. So basically everything that's in the fridges you can take. That is fine. And then we're going to have a lovely evening together. Starting at 9:30, we are probably slowly going to start to throw you out of here, because at 10 we're going to close the doors. Everybody needs to be out by then. Of course, if you help us cleaning up the venue a little bit, that would be very appreciated, especially in your jam rooms, like all the trash you have there, all the empty bottles, all the dishes that you still have there. Just bring them down to their respective places so we don't have to clean up everything that's currently up there. We also have a little bit of food left over, actually not that much. Stuff that hasn't been touched yet. We're going to put a table out and some bags close to the entrance where you can just, when you leave, grab something and take it home with you. That is everything from our side. Everybody knows what they're doing now. And I want to talk to all of you in the course of the evening. I probably won't, but I want to. Thank you.